Some of the best players from around South Africa find themselves plying their trade right here at Loftus Versfeld, and from one of arguably the best rugby schools, not just in South Africa, but the world, we managed to catch up with Jan-Hendrik Wessels. It should come as very little surprise that the Bulls managed to pull in some of South Africa's best young talent from probably, arguably, he'd probably say definitely the best rugby school in the country, Grey College in Bloemfontein, but we forget about the Free State now because we are in Pretoria. Jan-Hendrik Wessels, what an absolute pleasure to catch up with you. How big was that change? That's quite a transition to move from the Free State to a massive place like Pretoria and Loftus Versfeld.
It's lucky to be here after 3 years. I think from Bloem to Pretoria or from the Free State to Gauteng, it's quite a big travel. It's not far, but it's completely different. But it's lekker. Nice people around, and it's a great union to be at.
Yeah, I think that's probably an important thing because a lot of players will move city, they'll move alone, but you're still sort of 3 hours away from your family and friends. That must help a lot just in terms of your frame of mind.
Yeah, obviously it's nice if my parents can come and visit for a weekend, come watch a game, or even if I get a weekend off, I can go back home. It's not Cape Town. It's Friday afternoon drive and Sunday afternoon I'm back. So it's nice to be so close to home. But obviously I think I've grown into the place. I almost call this home.
Yeah, well, as far as the fans are concerned, you're part of the family now, so you can't really leave even if you wanted to.
Yeah. So no, it's nice to be in Pretoria and I enjoy it. The rugby also and the people.
We spoke about Grey. What was that like? Just in terms of being a place to learn your rugby, to look up to past heroes, to know that this can be a career, that's a loopbaan daar.
Ek sê altyd Grey het my baie geleenthede gebied. Ek dink nie as die skool Kruimweek gespeel, SO skole kon speel. En ek dink mense kry baie blootstelling. Ek dink dit is regtig goed vir my rugbyloopbaan gewees. Mense voor ons daar baie bewys dat dit moontlik is uit die skool uit. Ja, so ek dink daar is enige ander beter skool waarna ek kon wees.
You play primarily in a position that has a lot of competition. I think in South Africa over the years we've had world-class hookers. Just here at Loftus alone, I mean, you look at somebody like a Bismarck du Plessis who's been there, done it. How important is it to be around people like that, who've got the experience, who've got the knowledge?
No, it's obviously nice to learn from him. I don't think there's a better hooker in South Africa to learn from. Like you said, he's done it all. He's been overseas. He's played in a World Cup. He's won a World Cup. I don't think there's somebody better to learn from. And obviously, I don't think, Bismarck, I think he's competitive. So obviously, it's great. He's not going to give this. He's not going to say he's retiring now. You can take the spot. We're still going to fight for it. I think that's great for the team, for the position to be in. I think if we're three good hookers, everybody's going to strive to play. So it's going to make the people above you, beneath you better. I think that's great for the team and for the union.
You mentioned Bismarck, somebody who's played everywhere, who's traveled, who's been in France. You, if I'm not mistaken, didn't play professionally in France, but as a junior, as a youngster, you spent some time abroad, didn't you?
Yeah, out of school I went to Clermont for 3 months. So it was a 6-month trial, but it didn't work out that way with COVID and everything. So it was obviously nice. I think it was in the winter times I was there, so it wasn't the best times to experience it.
You chose badly.
Yeah, and played 2 games there, and then I came back just before lockdown. So I luckily made it, didn't get stuck there. I came back and asked my agent to look around South Africa, and here I am.
So you spent time 3 months in France, but you say you don't regret the short stint.
Yeah, obviously I don't regret the short stint being there. I think things played out different than I expected. I think that's how life works. I don't think you're always going to have the plan you want. And I came back to South Africa after lockdown and joined the Bulls. And yeah, it's been great since. Played 2 Currie Cups, played a URC final. Didn't play, but was part of a great group to achieve it. And I think this year also we're doing great stuff ahead.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, the season isn't over yet. I know that the DHL Stormers came to Loftus. They did the business,
yeah.
But you guys still have so much to fight for in the season.
I think we're in a great space. It only depends on our performances from now on forward.
How difficult has it been for you as somebody who played on the Highveld throughout your career? So school, playing at altitude in Bloemfontein, you come up to Pretoria, you're playing the same similar type of environment, to now have to apply your skills to the URC and that European winter, those 4G pitches. Has it been a massive mind shift?
I think moving lately to Uka, Played Currie Cup. I don't think I played in bad weather once, maybe in Durban once. But also it's just a bit wet, maybe a bit soppy ball. I think overseas, just especially with the throw-ins, it's completely different. I think it's the wind, it's soaping wet. Played in the snow in France. Yeah, you obviously need to adapt.
Yeah.
I think growing as a player, I think it grows a person, grows your skill, your player.
You mentioned the technicalities about playing at hooker, but you've played in a number of positions. What would you say is your favorite position?
I think at the moment I enjoyed hooker. I think there was times that I didn't enjoy it, but I think where I am now at the moment, it's a great position to be at. I think it's the closest. I've played lock, I've played prop. I think it's the closest in between I can get.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's great. I enjoy it.
I'm a little surprised at that because I look at somebody like you, we spoke about Bismarck, and you guys are quite tall for hookers. And we were always taught that you need a hooker with a low center of gravity, particularly for the scrums. Has the game changed that much?
Even if you look at Malcolm Marx,
Yeah.
also a taller hooker. I think there is obviously smaller detail that you need to change in the scrumming. I think it's still easier for a shorter hooker to perform there, but I don't think it's impossible. I think Bismarck, Malcolm showed us.
Yeah.
So I think anything is possible.
Are you enjoying the looser facet of play as well? Because hookers do tend to have a little bit more freedom when it comes to positioning and so on, maybe a little bit more space.
Yeah, I think we tend to move a bit further from the rucks.
Yeah.
Not just the carry and the cleans. Yeah, I think it's a fourth loose forward on the field. So yeah, enjoy it. Get the ball more in hand, more time, more space. Yeah, enjoy it.
No, well, we enjoy watching you. We are certainly looking forward to enjoying the rest of the season. Jan, thanks so much for talking to us. And all the best. Long may you thrive here at Loftus.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Nice speaking to you.
Just like in the game of rugby, you too can get better at playing the bounce in life with the help of Change Science. So head over to the Change Exchange and learn how to play the bounce in life.